Oh man. My desktop died. There we go. You can never tell if this is too quiet or not. Okay, so I think to start this, I'm gonna do some work on this site I've been building for Manim. Oh yeah, I remember this. I was basically working the most of the weekend to recompile Manim to WebAssembly. I made some progress. Oh, we have an introductions channel now. So much stuff in the subreddit that I didn't even know about. Okay, so I have this website. And it has a Python interpreter in it. Anyway, I want to get this to where I can actually import Manim, so that's what I'm working on. And I can render things in 3JS, hopefully, up here. The problem right now is there's a lot of code. Well, there's a few things. I'm kind of trying to do two things at once. Which is, on one hand, I want to remove Cairo-related stuff. And on the other hand, I want to make it so that I can compile this to WebAssembly. And the goals are kind of doing different things. Hey, Aquabeam, what's going on? Yeah. Compilation. What did I say? Did I say like web stuff and housekeeping? Housekeeping? I don't even know how to check my title. But I also want to probably fix things up so that my Twitch description actually says some stuff. And set up a YouTube channel. Alright, so I've been mostly just testing with this scene to make sure things work locally. And that looks good. And right now I need to get rid of rich. So I guess I just go to scene or something. Look for where I import rich. I think it's only one place. That's pretty clean that it's only one. Other than a script, it's pretty much just here. That's a lot of imports from rich. Basically only logging. Color, errors, printf, console, rich handler, and theme. I wish I just imported rich so I could see where all this stuff was. Okay, well, let's see what errors is. Parse theme. Set color.color parse error. Printf wrong color. Custom theme is a theme, and that's a rich theme. So this parse theme is used when making a logger. So theme from parse theme and console, blah blah blah. So this is basically getting a logger. A logging.logger. Don't know why it needs a console in the error. Man, I wish I knew how to use this. Make logger. It's called here. We get the logger, the console, and the error console. I don't know how this console is used. I guess the logger can just be any old Python logger, which I also don't know how to create. You can tell logging is difficult because I've learned this a bunch of times, and then I just forget every single time. When naming loggers used a module level logger. I just try to copy this, although I think by default Python loggers don't log for info. Unless you pass this level. Well, let me see. Logging.getLogger, add handler. Wait, this logging? This isn't from Rich. It's only the handler. So all I need to overwrite is this handler, I think. Here. There are very few methods to handle for application developers to concern them with. The only handler methods seem relevant for application developers. Basically these: set level, set formatter, set filter. It's like this is a stream handler. This is a rich handler. Okay, so let me try this. Stream handler and file handler. What's the logging research for? So that's because... Man, what does stream handler even do? It must be for like standard out and stuff. Okay, so this is the progress so far. I wrote this website, and I added Pyodide to it basically. So that means I can run Python code here. So that's great. I can basically do this in a browser, and I can import some stuff. And that works too. Isn't Pyodide rather slow? It doesn't matter. It's not that slow, for one thing. And it's easily the fastest available option for running Python online. So with this, I can import NumPy, for example. And then, like, do NumPy operations. However, I can't import Manim right now. I think I can import color, which is a dependency of Manim. If I try importing Manim right now, it crashes. And it crashes in, I don't know if this is big enough to see. Logger utils line 21. Because it can't import rich, basically. And it isn't possible to handle rich, or to import rich, because rich uses threading, and threading isn't supported in WebAssembly yet, so I need a way to basically make rich optional, and then find out what the next error is, basically. Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to basically replace this handler, which is in rich, with a traditional one. I wish this gave an example. Do you give this like standard out or something? Oh, otherwise sys.standard errors will be used. So I think I want logging.stream handler stream sys.standard out. Already imported sys. Show time. I'll just leave it like that. It's another way of doing it. How does P5.js allow you to run code on the web? P5.js, well, there are a few options. One, it can render to SVGs, which isn't helpful for us. Does it have a mode or something? Anyway, you can render to SVGs or to WebGL as an option. And it does one of those two. Okay, so there's two render modes. There's the default one, then there's WebGL. But I think P5.js is like, well, P5 I think is originally written in Java. And then they rewrote it. Oh no, processing I think is originally written in Java. Let's see. Okay, so this is processing. And this is a Java project. But processing, I think it's just really old. It's pretty good at what it does, is my understanding. But it's written in Java and stuff. So then there was P5, which is a rewrite of processing. And it uses either SVG rendering or WebGL rendering. Hey, Daryl Golden, what's going on? It seems like you're really reluctant to use iodide, though. Like, so why is that? So let me see what the sys.platform platform here is Linux. And scripting. So I think what I'll do, I had a friend who said bad things about it. Also, there's a startup time. Yeah, so when I reload this, for example, all of this is like startup time. It isn't terrible though. It's not terrible, and additionally, you only need to load this once when you first visit the website. But anyway, it's pretty much the best we can hope for running Python online. Else, this handler. Console. Oh, all of this is related to Rich. Because parse theme also uses Rich, so way up here. The theme console, error console. Assistive platform is not scripted and it's gonna do all this stuff. Otherwise it'll do this. Return the... Yeah, this will just have to say console equals none. Error console equals none. Why is this saying code is unreachable? That's weird. Guess this has a fair number of false positives. Does the client have to install the library and all of its dependencies? Yes. However, there aren't a ton of dependencies that we actually need. The only ones you really need are NumPy, tech, not tech. There are ways to get around tech. What is I think we need like decorator, NumPy, basically everything here. We don't need Mapbox, Earcut. We'll probably need a JavaScript replacement. Okay, let me try this. Now, so there's a library called MathJax, which basically lets you render LaTeX on the web. And so you can use MathJax, and that's basically it. Oh, same thing. Logger utils line 21. Okay, so these... Wait, console rich handler. I have to console and rich handle. These I have to import down here so that they don't get imported online. Color and errors. Where are these used? Color and errors are using parse theme. Remember asking Biago about using Magix? He said it's not a good idea. Okay. I mean, I'd have to see what he said. To speed up rendering, though. Before you made your Purse VR. So you were thinking about using it locally, I guess? Oh, the type hints are gonna mess this up. Yeah, it's not clear that'd be helpful to use locally. Isn't there a way to get out of the imports for type hints? If it comes to it, I might just remove the type hints, if I'm being honest. Okay, so this is used here, so I'll move that down there. Errors is also used right there, so fine. Printf is used here. theme. Capital theme is used in an import. For that match X or other lightweight tech replacements require a substantial amount of work to properly embed in Manim's text backend, and then they only provide a fraction of flexibility that normal LaTeX offers. It's only as online tech of match X doesn't work. What's online tech? Provide a fraction of flexibility. It might not be as flexible. That's a valid thing to thinking about. It's just better than nothing. And like on web, if you move online, then you just need something to work. Okay, I'm gonna have to see. Wait, first I'll try to recompile this. Console's not defined, logger utils 49. Now I'm online tech. Gotcha. Oh, here it's happening in an import or in a type hint too. I know there's some line you can add that I think prevents it from importing if you like if it's for a type hint. Well, the question is, what does this use under the hood? This. YouTube channel. Interesting. Oh, is it just down or what's going on? Anyway, yeah, it's an option. It's more about like trying to get something working first, and then after that, there will be probably kinks to iron out. That'd be a ton better. Okay, so I think it's like this. From typing, but type checking. The type checking is always false at runtime. Okay. Use this quick LaTeX as a fallback. All right. Cool. Oh, it's already doing this. If type checking import. Then I can import this console. Yeah. What was the other thing? Console's not defined, line 45. Didn't I just fix this? Maybe the type checking code isn't good enough for this. Well, that's super annoying. I wonder how this is even being run. False. So it's running this environment where there's no type checking. Oh my gosh. This is a script it's using. It must be doing this during generating setup.py and using poetry build. No, that works. Does this have to import Manim? Oh, from Manim import version as Manim version. Wait, this type checking thing doesn't make sense. Or it just doesn't work, I guess. Because when I import Manim, so I run this, type checking goes false, so this doesn't get imported, but this still crashes. Oh, is it because it's using this arrow thing? It was reported for obviously wrong code. That's not it. Doesn't code at runtime. Maybe the right thing to do would be to move this code, like all of this code, into another file. And then just have a web version of getting the handler. I'm really tempted to just remove the rich stuff. But I don't want to just take everything out. But I think both of these functions rely on rich. No, only the parse theme and make logger. Okay. So I'll make a rich logger utils. Yeah, sure. And then here I'll just put all of the stuff that needs rich. So make logger parse theme. Take out of here, put it in there. And all the rich imports here. Config parser. Sys typing. I'll just move all of these over. And logging, presumably. Okay, so now there's no rich import here, but I will need make logger and parse theme. Actually, I don't know if I'll need parse theme. Yeah, parse theme is only called as part of the rich stuff. Okay, so now I got logger utils and I got the rich logger utils. Then I'll make another one called standard logger utils. I'm just gonna have a version of make logger. Actually, wait, where's make logger even called? Is it even imported? It's imported from logger utils. Yes, that is or exported. Okay, now this can just return the logger. And that's it. So it's the logger config parser. This handler, I'll just take out. I'll just say handler. I'll just make this a stream handler. And I think this should have a verbosity or something like that. Or not. I guess that's part of the logger. Okay, and then I'll just return logger visibility none. Oh, so this has to be a tuple. I'll just take out the hand. We're both late. Indeed. Yeah, maybe we are. I guess you can parse theme from this parser. Okay. I'm just not going to use this. Okay, so now I should have a version of make logger which doesn't rely on rich. So now I can say if the platform isn't scripted, then I can from here underscore config standard logger utils. Import make logger. Else use the rich versions. And oh yeah, thanks. I think this one's a dot. Stand logger util. This could not be resolved. There's something specific I have to do to add a new file to be imported. And I'm not totally sure what it is. Rich logger utils cannot be resolved. It's here. Yeah, so I'll just try to run something. Okay, so it's already in underscore config, I guess. So maybe that'll make it a little better. Highlighted keywords not defined. Rich logger utils 51. I don't know what highlighted keywords is. I guess the other thing, wrong color. Okay, guess both of these are related to the rich one. Try that again. All this because of a logger. Tell me about it. Okay. So this works again. I guess I should try something that has logging. So something with LaTeX, I guess? I could just... I think if I remove media... Although now it's going to take a long time to write stuff. Okay, well the logging is working. Has to do this for every number. There we go. Anyway, that works. Try recompiling this. Come back here. No module named NumPy. Interesting. I can import NumPy, but I thought that would have happened automatically. There's no module named pill. So now I wonder, why didn't this automatically import NumPy? Color and Manim. So I think there's a file here. Packages. Manim meta.yaml. Shouldn't this have? Yeah, this has NumPy as a requirement. Unless they change the format for this file, which they do. Let me get the one for SciPy. And I know this relies on NumPy. Requirements are on NumPy. I'm not sure why that didn't automatically import NumPy. I guess that's not a huge deal, but it's not great that I don't understand why. I think if I import SciPy, it won't... Oh, it worked. I didn't even think that would happen. Oh, it doesn't work. But it automatically starts importing NumPy. Why does it do that? Also, I don't think I ever loaded NumPy. I think trying to load it here causes something to break. I think it's listed... It even here says Manim and it relies on NumPy. Do I have to try to serve this a second? Oh man. Now it's gonna take a long time for this port to be freed. Ooh. TPN. It's probably just gonna die on its own in the time it takes me to do this. Okay, I think it's gone. Great. Anyway, I'm serving that a second time. If I rerun this... Yeah, it doesn't automatically import NumPy. I have no idea why. And it does automatically import color, I guess? Oh no, I loaded color manually. Okay, maybe... No, I think it makes sense that I have to do this. I think. No, I don't know. Let me try doing it now. Okay, now it goes straight to the pill error. And then if I import NumPy... So I guess loading these things within the JavaScript is different from importing them. But I don't see why I was able to import the NumPy package even though I didn't load it here. It probably has to do with the fact that I'm using a stock version of Pyodide, but I'm using packages that I built manually. If I had to guess, that's why I would say that is. But anyway, constant.py line 8, import pill. Actually, let me import this logging stuff. Great. Okay, so this imports pill. Why? I guess image is a constant? Oh, resampling algorithms. Don't know how that's used. For image objects? Yeah, it looks like this is basically for image objects. I don't see why this can't just be imported for image objects then. Or imported when you import image object. I'm gonna do that. Up here. I can import image here. Here? Oh, it's already imported there. Wait, I messed something up. What'd I do? All is not supported, so exported symbol list may be incorrect. Oh, this needs a comma. Great. Oh, there's no import pill. Okay, try that again. No module named SciPy. Okay. So here's the thing with SciPy. SciPy does have a Pyodide package, I think. Boy, do I have too many tabs. Yeah, here. Anyway, it does have a Pyodide. Oh wait, no, SciPy. Yeah, this one. If I try to load it manually, I'm pretty sure it just doesn't work. I'll try to do it there. Yeah, some random error. The good news is Manim doesn't use SciPy that much. So it is a nut that I could probably work around it with JavaScript. I think this should load it from the release instead of from my build one. Let's see if that works. No, it still didn't work. Couldn't load package from URL. This did happen last time as well. The last time I did this, I also wasn't able to import SciPy. So it isn't something... It isn't a deal breaker. Let me see if there's anything open related to SciPy. Yeah. Invalid or unexpected token. I wonder if I can import anything this way. Let me see. We tried to load the pre-built NumPy. I wonder if that works. And it does. It just does. But not for SciPy. Okay, I'm gonna search the error. Couldn't load package from URL. Oh, it went away. CLab.js is missing. Yeah. Oh well. So I have to work around SciPy. Manim utils bezier.py line 22. Here, so the only SciPy import, I think. Yeah, the only SciPy import is this one from SciPy import linalg. Then it's only used for solve banded and solve. I don't even know what this function does. What I think I'm going to end up doing here is there's a way to run functions directly from JavaScript, and I'm going to use that. Why it doesn't use NumPy's linalg? I'll wait for the solve banded. Solve band. Solve the equation ax equals b for x, assuming A is a banded matrix. That's interesting. So I can only guess that... And there's a linalg.solve here. Let me just bring up all of these. Solve the linear equation set ax equals b for unknown x for square A matrix. So I can only guess solve banded must be faster than using regular solve if you're solving a banded matrix. That must be the case, otherwise this function wouldn't exist. As for NumPy solving, this has NumPy lineage solve. And this must similar function SciPy, yes, this must be the same thing. So it should be possible to just replace this solve banded with a NumPy solve and call it a day. That should be doable. L and U, A, B, and B. What? Number of non-zero lower and upper diagonals. A, B. But that's the banded matrix. And this is the right-hand side. Okay, so that's the matrix, and this is the vector. And here, this is the matrix, and this is the vector. I'm gonna do it. No one can stop me. I'm gonna say if... Actually, I should just see if this even works. Like, if I replace this... I don't know when this is called, though, but I can just do... lineage.solve numpy.lineage as this. And I'll just use this solve on both of these. That should do the same thing, but I don't even know what this is called, so I'll print function. And now I'll just try to do something. Well, it never got called. I don't even know when this is called. Get smooth cubic Bezier handle points. Bezier. Basically here. True smooth. It's when you change the anchor mode. And that's when you make smooth, make approximately smooth. So it's only when you make something true smooth, which happens when you make smooth. When you set points smoothly? I never made smooth something like in my life. Let's see. Let's go here. Unless we don't have the same Bezier functions as Manim GL, is that a problem? Probably not. What do you mean by the same Bezier functions? Like, which ones are we missing? Just make smooth this. It still didn't call it. When I make smooth, it should have gone to change anchor mode, choose smooth, so it should have gone here, so it should have gone there, so it should have gone get smooth cubic Bezier points. So it should have gone here. Oh, this is only done in an else. If you use close solve function. Although I think there should be Oh, this is only for curves that aren't closed as well. Closed curve solve. Does this not use it? Oh, this uses the regular solve. The conditions where this gets used is getting more and more narrow. But okay, so this basically has to work on a line or something. Okay, it didn't work. Number that now solve diag and B. Master dimensions of the array must be square. I see I tried to run some code and it wasn't running properly. Maybe it's just renaming. Could be. That is indeed not a square matrix. Okay, I guess that's why you have to why you need solve banded. Because non-square matrices don't have an inverse in general. Or maybe never. My linear algebra is not that good. But okay. So this is very rarely used, but it can't be done with NumPy. Which makes sense. What I'm gonna do is just do this. Script in, import JS. Maybe I can do from JS import. From JS import lineage. And eventually, I'll just have to write this function in JavaScript. Non-square matrices never have an inverse. Gotcha. Okay, so banded matrices are just a special case, I guess. Alright, try this again. Actually, now I want to try this. If I import JS, what's a JavaScript function? Like alert hi? Interesting. So yeah, I have to write that in JavaScript. Can I import name lineage from JS? And that makes sense because I didn't write that function. So I'm not even totally sure where to put the function. Because view components are organized according to basically their component, which is something that's visually part of the screen. So I don't know if it makes sense to load or to make that function here in the terminal or part of the renderer. Probably the renderer, I think. But I'm just gonna do it here. Global this dot lineage is an object. Then I'll have alright, my JavaScript isn't that great either, so maybe that's shorthand property initializer. Is it like this? Or does this have to be a string? No alternate mapbox earcut. Okay. So it got past this. So now if I do import JS, JS dot, or import JS dot linalg. I could do linalg dot solve banded. Name linalg is not defined. Oh, like this. Great, then it says implement this over here. Coolio. Okay, so then it was missing mapbox earcut, which I think was initially a JavaScript thing anyway. This. Python bindings for the C++ implementation of the mapbox earcut library, which provides very fast and robust blah 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 blah. So this is using this is Python bindings over C++ code. What's this? I guess it's just entirely JavaScript. Okay. Triangulating a polygon with a hole. Triangulating a polygon 3D coordinates. Let's see. Triangulate float 32. This one's space ops. Let me see what that. Let me see how this is used. Space ops line 40. Triangulate float 32 as earcut, then earcut. Okay, so it passes 2D points and then the number of indices, length of the indices. Okay. So we go here, here. Triangulate float 32, inverts rings. An array of the end indices for each ring. What is a ring? Okay, so first you pass the outer contour, then you pass the whole. Maybe triangulate float 32 this. Yeah, that makes sense. Does this do that? Okay, so this does take holes. What does this for mean? Vertices, holes. Holes in an array of hole indices, if any. 5, 8 for a 12 vertex input would mean that one hole with vertices 5 through 7 and one for with 8 through 11. Okay. It's an interesting way to pass it. I guess it's doing essentially the same thing. What would be a real win is if JavaScript could do strain Delaunay triangulation. That's a really old library. I guess there are options. 2D constraint Delaunay triangulation library. Is this JavaScript? It is. Also pretty old. I think this might just be able to use the triangle library though. Okay, all of these are pretty old, but at least there are options. Mapbox Delinator. That one's pretty new. I don't know if it does constrained though. Yeah, there's an issue for it. Okay, so there are a few options. Right now I'm just gonna add this library, Mapbox Earcut. These are the same thing. And just use that. If I can figure out how to... Is this on NPM? Oh, it's here. Let's add Earcut. And then... It stars Earcut from Earcut. Hopefully that'll work. Guess the import worked. I'm just gonna print Earcut. Data holds dimension. Okay. Okay, so I think that's about what I expected. Now when it reaches this point in Manim, from Mapbox Earcut, import this as Earcut. So I'm going to say here from JS import Earcut, and that's all. And then in JS, I think there's already an Earcut. I think if this line runs, then there'll already be an Earcut that I can read. Cannot import name earcut from JS. I think that makes sense because this wasn't added to global this. We have to do that. Okay, no module name decorator. So that... Okay, what does this even do? Installed. Make it easier to define signature preserving function decorators. This might be annoying because if we went too far into the like decorator rabbit hole, it says it's only for deprecation. Let's see. What function is this? I don't know why that didn't work. Oh, decorate. All deprecate files built on decorator. Or decorate and decorator. Well, the thing about deprecated functions is I'd be okay just removing them all. So... deprecation.py. Oh, and that's where we get deprecated. Yeah. Where is it even used? Oh, it's not this. It's deprecated that gets used. Oh, and that's like everywhere. I wonder if it's possible to just install it. If it's pure Python, I think there's a way that it can just be compiled automatically. It is pure Python. So maybe that's just handled. Decorator. Okay, not that easy. Oh? Oh, great. It just works. I don't know why this is going back to the top. It's weird. Okay, now it's complaining about modern GL. Okay. So modern GL is gonna have to be all optional. OpenGL Moject 9.7. Because this is going to happen with WebGL stuff. It doesn't use very much here. It's pretty unlikely you'll want to change that render primitive. Maybe we could just replace all the modern GL stuff with 3JS. Most of it should just happen. Actually, this shouldn't. This probably shouldn't be here. This is like a level of, what would the term be? Breaking abstractions? That probably shouldn't be here. Because like the user shouldn't know about modern GL. Anyways. Yeah, leaky abstraction. Thanks. I kind of don't know what to do about it though. So I'm gonna have to change some infrastructure to make sure this render primitive is still like used somewhere. Self.render primitive equals render primitive. Then it's passed into the shader wrapper, which also probably shouldn't be here. I'll just make that a string. Okay, so it's not a script, and then you'll import the modern GL. This is gonna be I'll just put this as none. Then I guess like here or something. Then I'll say self wait. This and this is none. Then self.render primitive was modern GL dot triangles. Right? Or maybe this should be the other way around. So first it's gonna check if that thing's none, which usually it will be. And then if it's none, we need to find a way to fill it. And if you're not on unscripted, then it'll be this modern GL triangles. Otherwise, then I can move this actually. Otherwise, then what? I could just put self.render primitive equals the string triangles. And then that should be fine. Now that won't be imported there. Oh, now I need to always import that decorator. Maybe I should just build this. No, it'll probably be a pain. No, but I probably should. It'll be faster. I won't do it now, but eventually I'll probably build this locally. OpenGL vectorize my object. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of modern GL stuff here. Because there was never really any effort made to protect this, like, abstraction between rendering and objects. It's pretty much the same thing. Oh, wait. This is very close to the same thing, I guess. Okay, here is just passing the string. Wait. Shader wrapper for the fill. Oh, this is always triangles. And the stroke is always triangles. So where is self.render primitive used? When you init the shader data? I don't even know if this makes sense. Because you initialize the fill shader wrapper and the stroke shader wrapper, you use the render primitive on the instance. But when you call get fill shader wrapper or get stroke shader wrapper, it doesn't. It just reads the one from modern. It just uses this default one. So that doesn't make much sense. So I guess the question is, when would you ever use self.stroke shader wrapper instead of self.get stroke shader wrapper? And the answer is in refresh shader wrapper ID. I hate this code. I think this is for like caching shaders or something. Okay. I don't think it makes sense for this to be modern. This should probably be self dot whatever. Dot render primitive. Yeah. Then I can do the same thing that I did before. Just make this none. Then here. Script 10. Then self.render primitive equals the modern GL triangles. Great. And here I'll just import modern GL. Now I have to import sys. Great. EQDM. This might be pure Python. Which would mean I can just compile it on the fly. I'm pretty sure this is pure Python. Well, actually, I don't think it's pure Python. It's close. I guess it's worth trying. I don't see anything about bindings. I know that it has a big selling point of being really fast. Which is what makes me think it might. But it looks like this is all Python, so I'm gonna try just importing it. I actually think even if this does work, that I can't actually use it. I think I remember it not working. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, so it's not a big deal. It's just like a fancy loading bar. So what I need to do is everywhere TQDM is used, just replace it with an array. Which is only here. Just say this time progression equals like it's just an array. Let's make it a numpy array, like numpy.arange times, and that should be fine. And import TQDM here. Great. Same thing. C.Py25. Did I not fix that? Yeah, that isn't there. Wait, why does it say 25? Yeah, that's the one I just fixed. Try that again, I guess. I wonder what that... DevTools failed to load source map. Watchdog. Okay, and Watchdog is used for some threading stuff, which won't be needed. At least watching files won't be needed, since I can do all of those callbacks in JavaScript. It's probably safe to just take that out. File system event handler. There's 2 Watchdog imports. thing and observer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And probably the entire interact function won't exist. Wait, where's the file? Rear and scene handler. Okay, so if I'll just only even define these if you're not on in scripting. Then interactive embed, same thing. Maybe it isn't that great to have all these imports spread out like this. Whatever. That's a job for later on. Just that function won't exist. I'll probably have to do the same thing for DearPy GUI. I'll actually definitely have to do the same thing for DearPy GUI. Modern GL, OpenGL renderer line 4. Okay, so the OpenGL renderer, the entire OpenGL renderer, I don't think needs to be imported. But some of the utilities that it uses will have to be imported eventually. Scene.py line 26. Scene is importing all sorts of crazy stuff. Okay, this is importing the OpenGL camera, which I probably need actually. And that's going to OpenGL renderer. Line 4. And that's importing modern GL, but actually probably most of the OpenGL renderer won't work. I don't know, maybe some of it will. Let's see. Okay, there's a ton of modern GL stuff here. On using GPU rendering on Pyodide. It's going to render with 3JS. If config at preview, then it generates the preview. Otherwise... Wait, this is enabling the context blending. So this window will be a JavaScript entity. So I don't need to do any of this, actually. Saying the depth test is actually the same way. texture. Texture.use. Get texture path. What is this doing? I dislike that this function is doing more than just getting the texture ID. Because there's a texture ID here. Then it uses the texture, or does texture.use. Then it returns the texture ID. So it might be hard to tease these two apart later on, but anyway, that's probably a problem for later. Scene file writer. Another import which probably shouldn't exist at all. OpenGL render 16. I probably just won't use this. Self.file writer. Yeah, this probably just won't exist anymore in JavaScript. Probably should have been testing these in between patches. Let me see if any of this still even works. Observers not defined. Darn. Looks like a relatively small thing. CNetPy 1061. So here it needs the observer. Wait, what? Isn't it right there? This needs to be in this. Okay, so that seems to still work. That still works. I deleted my cache from before. But yeah, this still works too. Great. Modern GL window. It's happening in OpenGL renderer 25. There. This window. I think all the places where it's used, it's only used like right there. So maybe I can just move this here. And that's all. How far has this gotten? composition. Okay, so it's right here. And importing Manim requires importing all of that. Although most of these things should only be imported. I should only have to address once or twice. Although this is definitely a journey. Shader.pyline 6. This imports modern GL. When importing mesh and shader. So shader.pyline 6. Set the depth test and stuff. And it does also have to get like the attributes. I'm not totally sure if I'll even want to use the mesh object anymore, since 3JS has its own meshes. Well, I can add updaters and stuff to meshes, that's true. So I probably will want to keep this. Okay, so here's what I want to do. Set this to none. And script 10. And I have to import sys. Then self.primitive. So I'll import open or modern GL. There. Here. It'll be just the string. I won't need that. Or maybe I should just do this down here. Just so it's doing the same thing. Okay, so that's both of those. Then there's this, where I'm just gonna do the same thing. Oh, and there's this import attribute for whatever an attribute is, creating the vertex buffer object. This entire function might just be different in modern GL or in WebGL or whatever. Actually, it probably will, because this is where the rendering is occurring. OpenGL surface. Okay, there's a good chance I'll just get rid of that I moved on to animation.creation, so that's nice. I'm now here out of this whole file. That's life. I think this will be the last one I do, then I'll do some housekeeping. OpenGL surface line 1 towards modern GL. What does housekeeping entail? Making, like, fixing the description on my Twitch channel and making it less janky generally. And then I should probably get a YouTube channel already. Yeah. Become a professional streamer. Pretty much. But it is getting increasingly awkward when people like look at my channel and then there's just nothing on it. And I have to explain. Yeah. Render primitive is none. Else use the string triangles. That's fine. That'll be equal to none. That'll be imported here. Yeah. That's the way to think about it. I mean, yeah, when I first started, well, the reason I ever started this was just to teach that channel, or teach that class. And when that happened, it was super, super last minute. Like, we were trying to use Discord, and it's just like, oh yeah, I can't do that. So it's very last minute. And so I didn't set anything up. Okay, so OpenGL surface imports this raster path thing. Should I do it again? Should I? I wonder if it's even worth. Maybe there's a better way than going back and forth like this. Let's get full raster path. Oh. This was something hard-coded, basically. Yeah, this can pretty much just be here. It'd also be nice if I could do this in one command. Maybe I should look into doing that. Well, I got past the OpenGL surface or whatever. Regular vectorized object. Okay, so this I'm probably just gonna delete. Because we should have moved away from Cairo a long time ago. But that's for another day. Great. Okay. Now I need to fetch my Twitch channel. At least the description and stuff. Okay. Yeah, let me... Guess I'm gonna do this. Bio, social links. I don't... It's like writing an essay. I don't know what to put here. A programmer working on developing Manim. And what's the phrase? It's like explanatory, an animation engine. Manim lover, basically. Python library. I'll just say library, since we're branching away from Python. Library for creating mathematical animations. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, social links I will display on your channel profile. Viewers will also be able to search you by these handles. It's gonna show a link and then where it should go. Okay, eventually I'll add more to this, but not right now. I'll add the Manim community link. Does this work with HTTPS? It does. I thought there was a problem with that before. I don't say Manim. I also say Discord. And I know we're using a new invite link now. And then I'm gonna have to make a YouTube, I think. Yeah, okay, okay, save that. Save both of those. And developing. Okay, great. So now there's a brand page. Copy this, because I'll probably just want to go back to it. Don't know what that does. One day I'll have a generated background that's like the Manim logo or something. Actually, do I have a Manim logo? On hand. I have the... There's the banner from... I didn't even know we had this. Okay, can't see that one. This does look... This isn't an SVG. So it'll probably look stretched. Wait, let me try. Or you just have something entirely different. Logo cropped. Okay, that. Save. Video player banner. I don't need to do that right now. I'll change this back to what it was. Schedule, I don't have. Featured content, I'm not cool enough for that. Okay, so now if I go to this. Okay, now there's like something here. It has at least these links. I don't totally know how these work. I mean, I guess it shows the Discord and Twitter, but I don't know how people add more things to this. You probably have to go copy people later on. And I just started YouTube already. Now, I have a YouTube. Nuffly. Thanks for following. And I got to fix those alerts. Because those alerts are okay. But they're not that good. Okay, I'm going to add an account. Continue a new Chrome profile. Okay, so I have an Oilertor channel. Hey, what are you working on? I should have a command for that as well, but I'm working on this library, which is used to animate math. What happened? Yeah, this is used for animating math. So like on this Twitter, there's a bunch of examples of things you can do with it. Using Manim right now. Cool. Then you're probably running my code. And it's probably crashing a lot. And I'm so sorry for you. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. And it's going to get a lot better in the future as well. So there's that to look forward to. I thought I switched. I thought I did this already. Switch to existing Chrome. Blah, 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 blah. I guess I'll say no. Okay, so I have a YouTube channel. It has one video from 2019, which I should probably delete or like make private. Because that was from a long time ago. But now that I have this, I should link it, and then I should stream to it. Because I can, and there's like no reason I shouldn't. I don't even know how to go to my channel. This goes to the home page. Okay, so I guess this I should add some stuff to as well. Layout, channel trailer, featured video, upload, short videos. It's on the dashboard. This is gonna be annoying. So I won't work on this yet, but I will copy the channel link. Should I just be able to... I don't know. Even though there's nothing on it yet, I'll just... No, I won't put it yet. I'll just start streaming to it the next time I stream, probably. Also related to that, though, I should probably go ahead and make a tweet talking about the OpenGL tutorial. And I'll probably do that when the next Manim release gets released. So at the end of this month, or like the weekend after the next release. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much all the housekeeping I want to do right now. And I have to work on making these, basically work on putting stuff on my YouTube, I guess. Coolio. The next Manim release is gonna be good. Hopefully, if I can get this. There's like one more PR I need to get so that the tutorial will be compatible. And that's the wrong Manim. Oh, you actually reviewed that. So I should probably respond to that. Look more pixelated. This is because they're not anti-aliased. Yeah, Grant is using anti-aliased ones. 3D Magic isn't flickering. Not introduced by this PR. I mean, that's expected. So this occurs when two objects in 3D space occupy the same space. So, like, if you don't want that to happen, you have to move one of them above or one of them below. Or there might be a fancier way you can, like, specify which one should be on top in the shader. But I don't know for sure. This caused a super annoying bug. 3 blue and brown shaders don't have that flickering. The reason for that... Well, it's probably the reason for that is that, well, actually, I'm not sure. What happens if you put two 3D objects on top of each other? Let's see. It's like for the surface example, torus 1, torus 2 sphere. I put a sphere here. I just put another one, I guess. I actually don't know how... Don't know what this resolution means. I probably want some way to tell which one's on top, but I don't know how to color these. OpenGL sphere. Oh. Man. Resolution. OpenGL surface. I don't know if these have a color. I guess OpenGL V group has a color. Anyway, I'll just see what this does. Overlap example. That's my attribute render primitive. Did I break that? Since I haven't been able to figure out this for a while, is there any way to keep a object fixed to the viewport when moving a camera in moving camera scene? There is, if you're using OpenGL and you know how model matrices work. So basically, no, not really. But we're working on that too. I mean, so there is a way to do it if you use a bunch of math, because that's what I ended up doing here. But this isn't using the moving camera scene, and actually the moving camera scene shouldn't even be there. It's a relic from a long time ago in Manim's past. But if you use an OpenGL scene and you do the necessary math to make the text fixed, you can basically do this. And then from the camera's perspective, it'll appear to be fixed. But using the moving camera scene, it isn't super possible. Thanks. So the motto is fixed in frame object work. That might totally work. I wouldn't expect it to, because nothing from those old scenes worked. Maybe that... Actually, I guess I should just look in some of the documentation. I just don't know a ton about the old constructs in Manim. I guess we don't have a live example of this. Fixed in frame object. Add fixed in frame object. I mean, hey, this might work. I'm vaguely familiar with view and model matrices. Main reason I'm not using OpenGL is because you don't know where to start. Is it recommended? Honestly, it's not really recommended right now, unfortunately, and I'm working to change that. But as of right now, it's probably too hard for someone to use unless they wanted to dedicate time specifically toward using it. And it has to be the case that those fixed in frame objects, this has to only work with Grant shaders, which is fine. But if you do that, if you add them to this, that might do it. We don't really have docs for it. Okay. I would test it, but it looks like I can't use the old shaders or something. What should I call that? Oh, overlap example. Yeah, I don't know when this became broken, but that's actually, I probably shouldn't break that. Render primitive. Self.render primitive from OpenGL object 1580. Here, this self.render primitive. I thought it would have this. Here it's none. If this is none. Wait, why didn't this work? Or did it never run the initializer? Using 3D scene means using OpenGL, right? I don't think so. Oh, okay, yeah. But using 3D in Cairo is bound to be a disaster. Hey, Discord Temp73. Nice name. What this must mean is that the sphere... This is like OpenGL surface or something. This does have a render primitive. Then that gets passed to init. It's gonna call the init for OpenGL object, so why wouldn't that get passed? Well, Don't see where that would happen. Let's try just printing that. I didn't print anything. Oh, when I printed it, it didn't even work. Can you give me a high-level overview of how vectorized objects are rendered? That would be not that fast of an explanation. There's a lot of complexity there. Dev docs. Yeah, maybe one day. Oh my gosh. All my shortcuts are gone. I know a lot of stuff in OpenGL. That'd probably help. Yeah, it would just be like, there's a lot of stuff to go into related to that. That's fine. I'll just have to find... I don't want to do it right now, but I will get to that at some point. In the near future. I guess reading the code will always be the most definitive way to do it, but I realize that code is very complicated. Okay, so I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna pause it there. Triangulate and tiling. That's fair. And also the triangulation that occurs is done in a really strange way. So it makes sense that that doesn't really make sense. So here goes into OpenGL object. Okay, and it didn't set that. Here's if render primitive is none. Oh, but it's not none. OpenGL object 67. Have some doubts about what you're doing with tile chords. Okay. This should have been the other way around, I think. The tiling stuff is pretty complicated for sure. High level overview of it. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll be able to go through that later. There's still some changes I need to do for that. For example, I probably want to have lines with fixed width and lines that don't lie flat, like if you look at them from the side. Yeah, I think this should be the other way around. If it's none, if it's not in scripting, then do this. Else do that. Else. Like this. Is orientation stuff sorted? I'm not sure what you mean by sorted. Okay, so now it might not be doing it, but you can't tell because they're both the same color. Is there a cube? No, it looks like that's not a thing. Are you planning to support web interactivity? Yes. Eventually. I mean, do we have any way to manually give orientation of any object? No. And that's kind of a problem. But no, we don't. Okay, I don't... About the flickering... I can't tell if grants shaders have the flickering or not, because I can't use them well enough to tell, but... It would be expected that two things occupying the same space would do that. The last large thing I felt like Manim was missing. It's been missing it for a long time. To be honest. And we've just never had a good way to do it. Until now. Hopefully until now. Where was I in this? I at least have a description now. Wait, it's not here. Yeah, okay. And on Discord. And I guess those are both linked. I'm probably going to find things to copy from other streamers, to be honest. And then start dual streaming to YouTube. You're planning to stream Manim development or often? I haven't seen you around before, at least. I do it kind of a lot. Actually, how did you find the stream? I guess I'll do this a little. Discord. Okay. Yeah, I do it pretty much every week. And I guess the only places you can really find it is the Discord and the Twitter. And on the Twitter, probably a lot of people probably don't even see it. Though I did realize you can post a link to a YouTube stream on Twitter and it'll expand within the Twitter, like within the tweet, which would be pretty nice. Vectorized Object Pipeline 22. Oh, regular vectorized object. I'll probably delete this. Animation creation at pipeline 97. Once you become an affiliate, you're not allowed to restream to other platforms. Yeah, I can already become an affiliate, and I don't think I'm going to. In fact, I probably just won't. I guess I'm just going to take out vmobject. Because, discoverability on Twitch is, like, notoriously bad. And I'm not like a person who already has a significant following from somewhere else. So I don't think that's really worth it for me. Okay, now these are unions. Union with only one thing. I should remove those. So that one makes sense. That one makes sense. This should just be the Vim object. This should be OpenGL. That one should just be the OpenGL Vim object. And that one. And this one. Oh, and I should set up a Patreon too. So that I can pretend to be a real content creator. So this group and object I'll also want to take out. But it looks like they're only being used for typing information. So that still runs. What benefits you'll get? I don't know. So like, one thing I could do is like helping people with their Manim stuff. But I don't think that's scalable. Actually, group. Regular group might be fine. They choose one PR for me to work on. That doesn't sound so bad in theory. I do think it'll have problems scaling though. Group might be an object I can actually... Oh, this gets converted to OpenGL actually. Is there OpenGL group? There isn't. Oh, but just mobject is being replaced. So the group and the group mobject will be okay if mobject is replaced with OpenGL mobject. You know what? It's been 2 hours and change. So I'm going to defer this until next time. And in the meantime, I'll find someone to raid. And then if they ask what I was doing, I'll have something to tell them, sort of. 30 minutes and 30 hours. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. So there's me. Oh, I'm beating the chickens. Or the chicks. A long time ago, I was watching a programming streamer. And she was really excited because she beat the chickens. And now I beat the chickens. Okay. That is an interesting stream. What? Oh, this is an ad. Yeah, okay. I would have guessed that was for egg rolls. This was an hour 45, and they're doing Python. Okay, we'll raid this person. Dope. So, say hi. And I will talk to you guys in the next stream or on the Discord.